The other night, I went to pray Isha at the masjid, and I met an uncle who I met in Itqaf both this year and last year. When I first met him, I cried almost instantly when he told me his life story about all the difficulties that he faced, but how he never lost faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And because of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him abundantly, way more than he could have ever imagined. That night he told me with a huge smile on his face that he got evicted. I was incredibly confused. I thought I didn't hear him correctly because of how much he was laughing while he said that to me. He said, "This is Allah's blessing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can take everything from me. He can take away my house, my family. He can take away everything as long as I have my salah. As long as I have my salah, I have everything. Because when I go to the grave, I'll only have my salah." And he pointed at the street that I live on. And he said, 10-20 years I lived on this street. But now I'm in an apartment. But alhamdulillah, I could have been in a hostel. I could have had to share my bathroom with other people. But alhamdulillah, I've got my own space. Look at how blessed I am. These people may have houses, but I have salah. They don't. After I finished speaking with him, he told me to pray for him and gave me salam. And while driving home, I was thinking, what a beautiful way of thinking. Every single time I see him, he has the fattest smile on his face. And he's always in a state of shukr for any difficulty he has faced. He's physically disabled. He walks around with a bent wrist and a bent ankle, causing him to limp. And so he struggles to do things. Yet you can see on his face that it's only made him more grateful to Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to not wish for what somebody else has. He just wants you to be grateful for what you have. Because if you're wishing for what somebody else has, then you have no appreciation for what you have. Remember, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said,
and if he was given a second value of gold, he would desire a third value to add to his two values. Then the Prophet ﷺ says, وَلَا يَصُدُّ جَوْفَ ابْنِ آدَمَ إِلَّا التُّرَابُ وَيَتُوبُ اللَّهُ عَلَى مَنْ تَابَ. And nothing will fill the cavity and the vacuum in man except the dust of the earth.
The only thing you should compare with somebody else is sincere time spent for the sake of Allah. Whether that is helping others, helping yourselves, doing ibadah, doing charity, whatever it may be. How did you make the best use of your time, this limited time that we have? That's all the competition really is in. And if you look around and the next person has been given more than you, then they'll be held accountable for more than you. If they're more intelligent, capable, and things come easier to them, then they could have done more with their life. And if they don't, then they'll be answerable for more. If you look at stories in the Quran, Prophet Yusuf ﷺ was blessed with beauty, and Prophet Musa ﷺ was blessed with strength, and they both got in trouble because of it. Sometimes our biggest blessings become our trial, and vice versa. Sometimes our trials become our biggest blessings. Allah knows what He made us capable of. Imam Ali Khan gave the example that if somebody only has $100 and they gave $1 in donation, and another person has $100 million and they also give $1 in donation, at the end of the day they both reported $1 in donation. But with Allah, is that dollar the same? Whose dollar counts for more, and whose dollar was a crime, and whose dollar was earned from sincere work? Allah knows not just the quantity of what we have, but the quality. He knows what He's given us. He knows what He's made us capable of. And so He knows what we have to work against to accomplish good deeds, and we are paid fairly in response. Just because you take a week to memorize a page of Quran, and someone else can memorize 2 pages, and someone else can memorize 5 pages, doesn't take away from your good deeds. It doesn't mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves them more than He loves you. It just means He gave them a gift. Likewise, He gave you gifts in other places from which they don't. Maybe His gift to you is that it's more difficult for you to memorize Quran than the next guy. Maybe your reward is in your perseverance to continue striving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala despite it being more difficult for you. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that the one who recites Quran with difficulty will get twice the reward as the one who recites beautifully, which just shows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards on effort, not results. Likewise for me, it doesn't matter that I made 29 videos and she made 10 videos and she has 228k subs and I only have 800 subs, because my reward is with Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may reward me with success later, He might not at all, but it doesn't matter because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran,
إن هذا كان لكم جزاء وكان سعيكم مشكورا.
It doesn't matter that it's much more difficult for me to gain muscle, because maybe that's my blessing, that others who also struggle to gain muscle will find me relatable and inspiring. Joe Fazer, another YouTuber, underwent an incredible body transformation that has inspired me and others and has brought him a great amount of success, mashallah. I'm sure he spent his entire childhood incredibly insecure, just like I am right now. But because of his perseverance in that trial, it has brought him many blessings, and inshallah I hope that it does for me as well. If you're struggling with your 5 daily prayers, please join my free Discord community dedicated to establishing Salah. And I also offer free 1-to-1 coaching calls for any personal challenges or self-improvement goals you might have. Check the description for links to join and book a call. Jazakallah khair.